Thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us, even though there's nobody here yet. I think everything is working. This says bad primary stream. I don't know why.
It always says that.
It always says that. How are you today, my dear?
I'm good. How are you? How are you, my darling? Yes, you're good.
I think I am.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Okay. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful
It's
day.
hot, but it's sunny.
Yeah.
Lots of clouds.
Lots of clouds. Let me test the chat box.
Okay, it does work, I guess.
Yeah. Hal K says, "Welcome back, CoriolisAffectment." Woohoo!
Wow.
So, yeah. Oh, it says health is good now.
Oh, well, thank goodness
That's
for
good.
that.
Yeah.
Nice to get a clean bill of health. Yes, well.
So, how about that heat, eh?
Oh, yeah, that heat's something
Oh,
else.
let's wish Fish Sandwich, Robert, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Robert.
You are surviving, which is good.
Yes.
Did you watch this video where he had his car?
Yes. Oh, it's impounded. Yes, I did.
Man, oh man. I'm telling you, buddy, I hope you get your papers, your birth certificate and stuff. And I mean,
well, sure, ID can be a real pain. Well,
I feel, as someone who suffers from form anxiety and that sort of thing, it's I can understand that, but I don't know. In today's society, you really need those identity papers, because I mean, like it's even more crucial since the digital age is it's upon us now, and identity theft is such a big thing, and if you can't prove who you are,
that's pretty scary.
Wow, yeah, you can't get anything, you can't do anything, and actually, which sort of brings me to one of the subjects, like Shelley and I were talking about. Like, what are we going to talk about on today's show? I guess was one of the things, and I think, well, to me, it's how hard it is to transform one's life. The trajectory of one's life, and
yes.
I was on a particular trajectory, and I turned it 188 degrees around, but it was probably one of the most difficult things that I think anyone can strive to do. And we talk about, or we are told, that hope and faith and this sort of thing makes a difference, but you have to believe that it can make a difference. And there are certain things that science does tell us make a difference. That's like if you quit smoking, your chances of living longer increase. If you quit drinking, the likelihood that you're going to die from liver disease or something decline. So those are very big.
Exercise was a big factor too.
Exercise and eating right.
Yeah.
And those are things that one can put their hope and faith in because they're science-based.
Right. Well, like walking is, you just walk. You don't have to do anything special.
That sort of begs the question too. There's a lot of cities which are pedestrian unfriendly. They don't have any.
That's true.
Pedestrian areas where you
can walk.
Where you can walk, especially out in the suburbs, where I guess if you're in a lower income
bracket.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's dead. It's dead. It's like a desert, except there's houses, and there's like no sidewalks. So
it's not friendly to pedestrians.
Right. So, but anyway, I mean, the point is that it's not something nebulous or ephemeral that one is putting one's faith in. It's actual science, and so if your back is against the wall and you say, I have to change my life. Well, start there. Start with the things that you can actually believe and that will make a difference to your life. Like exercise, like quitting smoking, like quitting drinking, like
and the things that are within
balancing your diet. Sorry.
Well, these are things that are, well, hopefully within your control.
Exactly. We can, this is, and that's not to say it's easy.
No, it's not saying that
it's
at all.
probably one of the hardest things you can do. Hi, Remy.
Hey,
kind of weird mood today. I don't know. It's like I wanted to just do, I don't know, something a little different. It's like the last few weeks I've been complaining about not having done stuff, and I think I want to try, putting some good stuff out there, and I don't know where to start. And Zoa Langford, hi,
hello.
Thanks for joining us. I have to read because Shelley can't read the thing.
I'm sorry,
so
otherwise I'd be picking up the slack and saying, welcoming people as they come in, but I can't do it. I'm sorry.
But that's sort of what the conversation I started. It's like, what is it that we can do to improve our lot? There's like, because like today's Robert's birthday, the fish sandwich show, right. And there's a guy who's like just going onward, but it's how do you get a grip on transforming the trajectory of your life? If you think about where you're headed, like I have to use myself as an example because I can't speak for anyone else. That where I was headed before was like right into an early grave because I was drinking too much, I was smoking too much, I was deathly unhappy, I had no hope, and it just came to a head that I had to make a decision that, okay, if I'm like, do I care for Shelley enough to take this by the horns and switch it around? And that's what I had to do. 7 years ago, I quit smoking and I quit drinking. I quit. I don't know. I think I tried to like be kinder to myself. I always had a sort of a self-loathing and a kind of voice in the back of one's head. Hi, Linda Gale. Linda Gale.
Linda Gale.
Me. Forgot me. What's up with you? So it's difficult. I mean, Shelley is the first one to say how hard I made it on her I was going through this process.
But you made it harder still on yourself. You were really hard on yourself. But you still are kind of,
I am.
At times.
It's
you're better than you were, but I mean.
Yeah, and being gentle, being kind to oneself is a difficult thing. It doesn't.
It is.
I mean, for certain people, it doesn't come naturally. If you, I mean, we're talking about, like, we went to the farm this morning, and we were talking about how different our lives are going to become, and how different they have been. Like, just by the sheer fact we have a vehicle. I mean, it's right there and then.
It makes a huge difference.
It makes a huge difference, and
it's life-changing.
Absolutely. And for most people in our society, this isn't even, they don't even think how transformative a vehicle is.
Well, we didn't realize.
We didn't realize.
Well, I did. Well, maybe you did. I didn't. I had no idea.
Well, the expense,
no
we couldn't afford one, really. Right. I mean, we just were gifted this.
Well, the insurance just was.
And the insurance now that we've aged out is cheaper for us, too. So it's like, it's with our tenant insurance, like $100 a month. So it's not, it's doable for us.
Right.
But what was my point?
Let me think now. What were we talking? I'm trying. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, it was about being hard on yourself or something.
Oh right, you were saying like that. I said, oh well, you had it rough too, right? She was saying how hard.
Oh, not as rough. No.
And the thing is, it's true. What Shelley said to me about the trauma that I experienced in my life is true. My sister committed suicide when I was like 23. My mother died when I was 18. My parents were divorced in 1964. I had to learn English twice. I was on the street basically when I was 18 years old. So all of these things already are there to say, hey, your lot in life is going to be, well, rough.
That's putting it mildly.
So, and then couple that with a negative self-view, low self-esteem, and a lack of love, really. It was touch and go for a long time, and I still have like the scars and that. But at one point, do we acknowledge to ourselves that hey, I'm worth something, and that I can add value to other people's lives. Not only just my own. Yeah, Remy says, I used to be very self-destructive. It came naturally, like you said. Yeah. And that's hard to relate to people who come from privileged happy. I mean, in quotes, everybody has a story to tell,
Oh, I would
but it's
think.
hard to relate that how we view ourselves, and that the sort of quiet voice that's running us down all the time, how the impact that has on us. And how do we turn to ourselves and say, hey, stop that. You are worth something. You do mean something to someone. And it's
That's
just to
right.
recognize that no matter how bad you think you are, there are other worse people out there. And you should live and try to enjoy and get as much out of your life as possible.
I agree.
Remy said, but we have a very similar background. I never really learned English, though. Oh, my dear God, sir. You jest. You are a jester. Lost my mother at a young age, and someone close to me committed suicide at 17. And these are tragedies that leave scars on our psyche, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, it would.
Wow, that was really heavy. And I didn't mean it, but it's this thing that we have to acknowledge. Like, we don't, as a society, we never talk about death. We never talk about,
It's sort of, we try to box it up and ignore it, shove it over there. And
compartmentalize it.
that's a good term
And
for it.
we never acknowledge the impact these sorts of things have on ourselves and those around us. And it's like to use it like a sort of one of those words like unpack. We unpack these things that have happened and try and examine them, and thereby come to a recognition of what is, and thereby we lessen its power and hold over us, or we acknowledge the power and hold that it does have over us. So, but yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty heavy stuff,
Yeah.
But actually, that brings us to the title of today's show: Beyond the Surreal Mountains of Hope, we are challenged to surmount. And I think that holds true for all of us. We all have our challenges, and it's the messages that we're given. You go through. There's one of these apps that I would like. It's called News Republic, and it's made up of these sort of, it's a news aggregator, but I have no control because I don't have an account, so I can't personalize it in any way. So I'm just sort of taking this stream of just crap, really. So it's like this collection of memes and popular Instagram stuff, some weird advertising that's disguised as content, weird nerd news blurbs, self-improvement stuff, and but it's all this sort of like, think positive, if you look positive, everything it'll bring that to you and stuff. But nobody talks about how much work it is, and it really is. And that actually, Remy's.
It's not really very helpful to tell people to think positively, though. There's a whole world behind that phrase.
You have to get to a point where you can be positive before you can even contemplate that. So it's like cheer up.
Well, yeah, telling that to somebody is, say, clinically depressed. Right.
So Remy says here, hi, Holly, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're just sort of spinning a web of stuff here that we're talking.
Spinning a web.
I don't know.
Interesting term.
Remy says, I think creativity was the one way I found to deal with things. I can make something out of the emotion and rid myself of it in a way. And it transforms it, let's say. Wow. I think you still hold it, but I think that's a means. And there's exercises of all kinds that sort of encompass. Well, art therapy, right, is one of those things that they talk about. But here, I think as YouTubers, we have that. I think a lot of us have that outlet where we can express our creativity and dig through the things that allow us to express and hopefully draw an audience of sympathetic, I was going to say souls, that's that word though, to the things that we do. And I think that's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
I understand now why some artists hate certain things they have made. Yeah, there's I mean, creativity and it's like high-strung people and never being satisfied with what you've done.
It's not strictly that. It may be a piece that you did in the past sort of is wrapped around some event in your life or some something you were feeling that maybe you weren't too happy about then and now, perhaps, and
sorry,
you just can't. Well,
just
you don't want to revisit that necessarily.
I just wanted to give the audience some background. Hi, Jennifer, and thank you for joining us.
Jennifer.
Shelley was an art student, and she went to the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design, and she did printmaking, and did drawing, charcoal drawings.
Pencil, charcoal, all
pastels,
kinds of media.
and very talented. And she did montage sort of thing too. What is that? Collage work. A representative collage, actually. Actually, I have a piece of hers right here. Just a sec.
Oh, okay.
So I'll show everybody. You don't mind, eh, sweetie?
No.
So this is it's untitled, eh? Most of your stuff is untitled.
I think it's untitled. I don't. Well, if it's got a title, I don't remember it.
Right. So this is one of the art collage pieces that Shelley did, and I
wouldn't call it representative. It's
but it's.
Well, I mean, it's just.
But this is just to say that Shelley knows what she's talking about when in terms of the creative urge and the dissatisfaction of the result of how that can happen.
Well, the idea, the thing is, you picture it in your mind, but not fully formed necessarily. But you're trying to get closer to that ideal in your head, but it's almost impossible to do that.
And that's the continual struggle, the friction of being a creative person. That what we imagine, somehow something turns out, and then the thing we have to put up with that we finally created.
Oh yeah, and it's either you'd think, okay, it'll do, or it's sort of, this is awful, crunch. My gloves aren't even crunch. Throw that away. Let's try again.
So that's like, and I think that's one of the things I like about being a YouTuber is the fact that, and seeing other YouTubers too, and the struggle that we sort of have to make our mark on this sort of. This mass, it's like this seething mass of humanity all throwing their stuff into this pile, and to see, who sticks to the stuff that we've done, Wow. So it's I know it's endlessly fascinating, and I want to get back to work. I miss it.
Well, it's nice to do something that's your own, whereas we've just been dealing with other people's, or the residues of other people's lives, so to speak. Winding them down for them, and it's it's an okay thing. I mean, I feel honored to be in that position. But,
exactly, and taking that responsibility.
It takes a lot of time, and we'd like to get back. We both like to get back to what we'd much rather be doing.
We have officially, actually, you're getting some compliments on that piece, by the way. Very nice. That's nice artwork. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, if it was not for my cat videos, I would have not survived the last 5 months. Talk about depression. I'm still out of work. Funny how so-called friends start to drop in real life. And man, that's so true.
Is this Holly?
Holly said that.
Okay.
Yeah. I caught your tweet there. Like, was it yesterday or whatever about looking forward to the elections and hopefully some things will change and all that. And I understand. I can relate to that aspect anyway.
Yes.
But I don't want to get into the politics with you. Let's leave that stuff out.
We're taking a break from that stuff.
And it's tough, and when the world is like beating you down, like how do you get out of it? It's like this is. And I just, for those of you that weren't here right at the beginning, it's like Robert's the Fish Sandwich Show is his birthday today, and there's a man who's like in his mid to late 50s who's had a really, really hard time in life, And but how can I take him by the ear and go, this is what you have to do, bastard, no. And that doesn't work.
No. Well, he's got to find his own way, and he's got to. Well, if he's got some help along the way, that's probably not a bad thing. But it's he's got to figure out what he needs to do next, or what he. I don't know. It's easier said than done.
And Remy says, hopefully things will get better soon, Holly. And we our condolences and commiserations as well. Yes. Holly continues. I mean, the legal action is still going on, but 149 days of the most toughest time where everything and everybody seemed like turned against you.
Oh, that's miserable. And you said friends turn away too, or people?
Well, it's that thing. It's like nobody, everybody has their own problems, right? And nobody wants to be.
Well, they don't. Well,
felt like, oh, you're gonna. It's like the sick cat that needs so much attention. I mean, it's so much. This is really cruel, but a lot of people there's just. drop it off at the Humane Society, and that's that, you know. And Zoa Zoa, right? Langford said change is hard. And that was like my initial point. I changed my life 180 degrees. Fucking Christ, excuse me, I'm going to cry.
Oh. Well, it's true you did, and I commend you for it. I mean, I think it's amazing what you did. I mean, because that takes a lot of gumption to get there.
That was hard. That was really, 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 really hard.
Yeah, well, you've done it. And
I was a tobacco addict for years, you know. I was like probably the biggest vice I had, the one that just was the big block in my life.
It's hard to quit.
And because I used it as a crutch, an emotional crutch, sort of I don't know.
Well, so what do you replace that with once you leave that?
Exactly.
And
I didn't want to, you know, I smoked for 30 years, pretty much exactly. And I didn't want to replace it with, you know, one of these alternative nicotine replacement things or vaping or anything like that. I wanted to, you know, get that tobacco thing off my back, because I mean, this is what I wanted. I wanted to do things, you know, in that time when I quit. And I through that hard reality where you're angry all the time, and trying to come to grips with that getting through that, and then finally being there at that space where you finally say, hey, I think I'm on the other side of that, but you still have to sort of be wary. But what that allowed me to do was to prove to myself that I can do something, that I can finish something, and I wrote a novel. I'm a novelist. Google, I actually have, like, under my real name. If you Google my name, I'm a novelist. I actually filled out, like, Google had, like, you know how people do, you search your own name up on Google, and there was a card there that said, you know, author, and it says, if this is you, and you know, give us the details, and this will be your permanent thing. And so I clicked on that, and I claimed that card. And I had to send my ID as a picture and stuff.
That's where you had that.
Yeah, and I sent that to Google, and then now it's officially my designation with Google is author.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
How's that? You know, it's a self-published book, but you know,
well, it's good. I think it's good.
Enough about me. Jennifer, thank you. But it's not so much about the job. It's about my business that was closed by the legislation that they are overturning anyways.
Oh, they're overturning the legislation?
Do not want to bore anyone, but this is unfair. You know, sometimes, Holly, I think it's good to let it out if you can trust us. You know, I mean,
we're not going to run over to, you know, where you live and ruin
and it doesn't have to be, you know, specific or whatever. But I mean, this is
we're here to listen. We can hear.
Years ago, like years and years ago, there was I think they privatized snow plowing in BC way back when.
They did.
I'm just trying to remember, or like what I remember. British Columbia. It's one of those.
Sounds like a bad idea. I mean,
well, anyway, just the point. They interviewed like a couple of lifetime snow plowers, the guys who drive the snow plows for the province or whatever, and they were crying on in the interview because their life was just cut out from under them. And these were in late 50s guys. They had like big guts. This is what they did. This is what they did for a living, was they sat in a big truck, drove the snow plow, and that was their job. And then that was like just taken away, and they had nothing else but that. This is their identity, their reality. Wow. And it was heartbreaking to watch that. I mean, you know, and because we know inside how hard it is to, you know, turn that life 180 degrees. It's so difficult, especially later. The later you leave it too.
Well, that sounds like a really bad idea. I mean, these guys.
So that's what I was just trying to say. Like, that's why, you know, we can understand. I can understand like why this is when basically your guts are ripped out. How difficult and how hard and depressing, really depressing it is. And that's that's what it is. You know, there's a thing they said, like for my illness or disease, whatever, you know, it's like depression is a side effect. It can be, it's like, but it's not about the disease or anything. It's about, it's like, if you're poor, if you're hungry, if you can't worried about making the rent, it's like, it makes you depressed. And they said, they offer people antidepressants for that. Fine. But then they've discovered that if they gave people money to pay the rent, to pay for food, their depression magically goes away.
Yeah, they don't seem to wrap their heads around that or be willing to.
So they'd give you drugs, but they won't give you the money to pay your goddamn rent.
Right. Yeah, the drugs are somehow more important than living.
So I'm losing the ear here. Yeah, good for you for getting past that, Quaff. That is so difficult. Wishing my brother would quit, but I can't do it for him. Yeah, and this is the thing. True. I mean, vices are, it's in its own time. And I mean, I go to the hospital, I see people with one leg out in the, because they're not allowed to smoke on the hospital property. Yes. People with their IVs and their wheelchairs, and then the nurses and people standing around smoking. I mean, but,
it's kind of crazy looking.
Yeah, but for me, it was like my lungs were hurting. I knew that as long as I smoked, I would never do anything else with my life. So that had to go. And what was my book about? It's a Western of all goddamn things.
Don't worry, it's not about quitting smoking.
It's not about quitting smoking. It's a Western. It's a 50,000 word Western that I wrote in 24 days. It took me 6 months to edit. I actually wrote a second novel, which I haven't got.
It's in the can.
It's in the can. Yeah, I haven't finished editing that. And it's published through like Kobo, which is one of the ebook companies, and it's also through Amazon, available worldwide. And it always says that's awesome. You could quit drinking and smoking. Drinking never bothered me. I drank a lot, but it never bothered me. I was like, who cares? It's like.
Well, you weren't an alcoholic or anything like that.
I think I smoked. I drank a lot.
But it's recreational. I mean,
but no, I was a bad drunk though.
Yeah, but if you wanted to stop, it's not like you were addicted to the substance.
I think I had withdrawal, so that's addiction.
Well,
but I didn't.
It's not the same as alcoholism. It's not the same.
Yeah, I never care. I didn't. It doesn't.
You'd know it. Or you wouldn't be quitting that easily.
Yeah, but I read something about like really life hardcore alcoholics. Who's that guy? We saw that biography, the cartoonist.
Oh, what was his name?
He would like this is when you wake up drunk, right? And you have to go out and get booze right away before the alcohol wears off. Because then you have like the shade, like really bad. So I was never that bad, bad. Never. You're too poor to be a really big drunk. That's the thing, Poverty, in that respect, I suppose had its benefits, but then they kept increasing the price of cigarettes and kept increasing the price of booze, and it just became a drag. We were running out behind $100 every month, so it was terrible. Mm-hmm. Remy says a Western, didn't see that coming. Well, don't you know my last name, Remy? If you know my first and my last name, just Google that. It should be a first result. Mm. And by the way, those of you that do know me, please buy a copy and leave reviews because
reviews are
I need people to review it. Like they'll buy a copy and then they won't leave a review, which kind of just come on. I've only sold 10 goddamn copies. Well, I sold 9 copies on Kobo, and then I think 15 or 20.
Oh, I think so.
Or more, 48 copies or something? 47 copies on Amazon. Yeah, and most of those I actually bought myself.
I give them out.
Because Amazon had this program, or still has this program, where you can apply to have your ebook done as a real paperback on demand. So they print it on demand, but you have to have somebody design everything. But I, of course, to maximize my return, I didn't pay for any. I did it all myself. So I designed my cover.
You did a nice job.
I thank you. I did do a nice job. I did the editing, everything. You helped me with the editing.
Oh yeah.
And it needed it bad.
So I had to read it. I don't know how many times I read it. 3 times.
And I honestly, what do you think? Do you think it's okay?
I think it's very good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm still kind of gobsmacked. It's NaNoWriMo is the thing that we were trying.
Yeah, which is National Novel Writing Month.
That's right. That's in November.
Yeah.
So I tried it along with you, but I didn't publish anything. I haven't even finished it. The thing is, your mind seems to be more organized than mine because you've got, you're able to bang out your chapters, And, you know, it was cohesive as a, like, it was, what do you call it, spun from whole cloth, something like that.
It was, actually.
Well, the thing is, mine is this disjointed, discombobulated. I think I have to scrap it and start over because it's such a mess. But yours was so organized. It's so, you know, you stuck to your story.
But the story was simple. The plot was simple, and it's a story of revenge. I mean, revenge is the Western, though. The apocryphal Western. Yeah. It's a very easy, you know, if you know the plots and you can just put it's the color of the characters, I think, that sort of make it.
Oh yeah.
Right? So the plot themselves,
they're very vivid characters,
and the characters I think I drew reasonably well.
Well, they stay in your mind afterwards.
Yeah,
I like characters like that.
I'm gonna pull up now NaNoWriMo for you guys. So this is the thing I did. NaNoWriMo.
That thing's still going, is it?
Oh yeah, it's a big deal.
Okay. Never know it, because I mean, I talk to people at work and nobody's ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
It is weird.
Yeah, so this is, let me just call up the webpage thing here. Did I miss anything?
Well, it's a good experience, though.
Maybe the one good thing about being poor, I could never afford cigarettes and booze, so I never started. Yeah, see, that's it, you know? And I worked as a waiter, and I made good money. This is like after, like, you know, I was young, and the lifestyle being a waiter was like, you know, it's fast and loose, you know. So all the bad things that happened to me was because of that. So yeah. So let's see this. Yeah, this is the. Here we go. Transition. So there we go. This is a National Novel Writing Month. And then basically the if you don't know about it, you sign up, and it's just a sort of a game, the gamification of spurring you to write a novel. And the success you can win if you actually finish the novel. You're supposed to write about 50,000 words. And then if you do that, then, you know, you win, and you can buy a T-shirt that says "I won." Well, and people can buy T-shirts anyway.
Win. Well,
yeah, well, anyway,
sorry, I'm doing air quotes.
It's just for self-edification, and yes. and it's more about the you know, the challenge of it, you know. And
it's really hard to do.
I did that twice. I finished twice, so I've gotten 2 novels under my belt because of that. And in order to do it, you have to write about 3,300 something words a day.
Yeah, that's surprisingly hard, especially when you get stuck and you're not sure what to write about that day.
Yeah.
So you better think fast and come up with something. You have to force yourself to sort of, okay, come on, just dream. Remy, just throw anything down. Let's go.
Remy I have a poetry chapbook, but I'm embarrassed of it now. Oh. I did photography and editing for children's books. Sebastian the No-Tail Cat. Oh, cool.
Sebastian the No-Tail. Oh,
that's so cool.
That's cool.
Can I call that up, Remy? Is it still available, or I would like to ask first. Oh my God, I can't imagine you as a waiter. You seem more like my psychology professors. I mean, that was all I could get. I was young and beautiful, and
you were pretty good at it too.
Yeah, actually, I served Prime Minister's Canada. I worked at the Rideau Club here in Ottawa.
You have to be good to work there.
And like business, you know, I was at the point where near the end where I really hated my job. All right, so is it okay if I call it up, Remy? It's on. I'll just do it generally. Search if that's fine. I mean, everybody can do it themselves, but this way, you know.
In a poetry chapbook.
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
Oh no, that's the children's book. Oh, okay, good. All right,
okay.
I'm gonna call it up, Remy. Let's have a look at that. That's his, yeah. Actually, I'm more interested in your poetry chapbook,
both.
But you could, if you.
Well, I gotta see if there are pictures of the cat. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool, eh?
So he sounds like a Manx. So.
Oh my God, that's so cool! Just wait.
Oh, you're blowing it up.
Well, no, I just have to get the link first. Where
okay.
It is. Oh, there it is. Amazon Canada. Let's see.
Oh wow!
Isn't that neat?
Sebastian, the No-Tail Cat. Is that the right one?
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, let me switch over. Transition. There we go. Sebastian the No-Tail Cat.
That's neat.
That's awesome, man. That's so awesome. Bobtail Cat, who is upset about his new family not accepting him because of his appearance. Sebastian gets adopted and learns to accept himself, even though he is different. The book has themes that discuss being adopted and accepting oneself. Hey, this is exactly what we're talking about.
Sounds good.
A great book for parents to read to their children to explain difficult topics more easily. A must-have. Oh, that's so
good.
Awesome.
That sounds great.
It's only $3.75.
We should buy a copy.
Well, I don't have a Kindle thing.
Oh, okay. I actually don't either. Well,
Well, is it on Kobo too, I wonder?
I can check.
Yeah, if it's not on Kobo, Remy, you should put it on Kobo as well. I don't think they mind, because then we can get it, because we have Kobo things. Yeah. So hey, everybody, make a note of that. Sebastian the no-tail cat, you cat people.
That looks cute.
That's so awesome. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
That looks.
You see, that's the thing. We are super duper creative. Let me see. Yeah. Let me call that link here.
So.
And then I'll just. Oh, that's Canada though. Anyway, I'll give it for reference so people can copy and paste that for themselves. So there, Control V, and enter. There we go. Neat. Cool. So cool. That's a beautiful photograph too.
Yes, it is.
Aw.
Neat.
All right, back to us. Oh yeah,
and the chapbook.
And it's just inspired Holly to finish the book. Well, he says he's embarrassed about it. I don't want to press him.
Okay, no.
I don't. If Remy wants to leave that, he can put the link there in the chat himself.
Well, that calls for some space coffee.
Stop calling it space coffee. I don't know why it bugs me.
It's in a steel can. It's in a rocket-shaped can. What do you want? I mean, and we're heads in space. I'm going to start making
jokes. Stop that, Sally. You don't want me making jokes. No, that's not a good idea. That's very bad. That's very rude and awful, yes.
Yeah, this is what you hear when you're in the car. You... I can't say any of the words. They're all swear words.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
People in Canada can't drive. Well, people in this area can't drive.
Yeah.
And very few of them can. There might be one or two who can.
Oh, I'm becoming a snob. A driving snob.
A driving snob. Great.
You know what time it is?
Confetti?
Yeah. How did you know?
Psychic.
This is for you people. And me. And you.
It's for all of you, for all of us.
All of us. All of us who are lurkers too. All you lurkers, I love you lurkers. You're good people too. Oh, that's the phone. Oh my god, I have to get that just in case.
Oh. Yes, you never know. It might be the Prime Minister or somebody. Probably not.
Oh, good, thanks.
Okay, it's not the library.
Sorry? Oh, okay. Could you call us back in about half an hour or so? Yeah, we're just in the middle of our internet show.
Wow.
That's okay. Yeah,
sorry about that. I don't know what that's about.
Okay, I can do that. Just a sec. Yeah, your number. Did your number came up?
Okay. Well, it's. I do. What? Who is that?
Okay. All right. Well, she'll call you back then.
Okay. Well, I hope I will. Oh, that's Roy, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Roy is the farmer who comes over and he plants soybeans on my parents' farm. Or, well,
yeah,
farm
we just, I think confetti just landed in your coffee.
It did? Oh, great. Oh, I have to pick it out. I'm going to take off my gloves. Or is it your coffee? Well, somebody's coffee.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, he's, well, we don't, we're getting to the crunch. We have 1 week to go, August 2nd, so,
5 days.
Okay, here's the link to my book that I published in 2011. Lol, we are all writers here, though. That was not a novel, something. Oh, wow! Cool!
Okay.
How come there's no link there, Holly?
But Holly wrote a book?
Yeah!
Oh,
Didn't I just read that?
I think you did you? Oh, I didn't know who you were talking about.
Is the other one. I wrote such better poetry.
Oh, this is...
Oh, people... Oh, is that the name of it? People Like Us, Remy Moore?
Oh, neat.
Let me look at that. Copy. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Oh, that's so awesome. Just wait. Oh wow, that's so cool. The light side, Remy Moore. Oh wow. That's so cool. Awesome. Jesus Christ, we're so cool.
That looks good.
Just hold on. I'm going to show everybody too. People Like Us, the light side. Remy Moore. Oh, wow, Remy, that's so awesome.
Oh, that looks great.
Let me see. New window. There we go. Alberta road test. 81 myths dispelled. Oh, my God. That's so cool. Holy, awesome.
Oh, neat.
Oh, God damn it. Now I have to show my book, too?
Yes, well, you must. Oh, come on, join the club.
But it's
so many talented people here.
I'm having a panic attack. Oh
no.
I don't know if I can do it.
No judgment or any of that. Nothing of the sort.
Should I?
Mm-hmm.
That is a really cool. Polly, that's really cool.
Well,
is it on? It's not on Kobo, is it? Yes, put yours up. All right.
I'll check Kobo and find out if I can.
My heart's beating. Excuse my language. Oh, my heart's beating too fast.
Oh wow,
that's scary, eh? My book is called Double Cross the Badlands. There it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, there.
So this is yeah, I purchased 5 of these in December. So yes, I am my own best customer.
That's true.
Are we still on the webpage thing? Yeah. Oh my god, that's so scary. So yeah, so Double Cross at the Badlands by Ralph McGrady. That's yeah. I'm really proud of that. Really proud of that.
Well, you did an
excellent
job.
If you search for me on Google, you'll see my my commercial for this. That I actually do the commercial through my other. I have another channel under my own name, which I use for. Ooh, I'm all sweaty. Okay, that's enough of that. Goodbye. Hello, more confetti. Let's change the subject. Yeah. Let me see. Badlands. Yeah, I think this is the link that'll just show it. I am proud, I am inordinately proud, but I'm also, gee whiz, I'm nervous, it's I guess fearful of bad actors. Let's put it that way. I think we all have, I think we can all be there. That's so there's my enter. That's my the paperback. If you're gonna buy anything at all, buy the paperback because it's the coolest thing. Thank you, Jennifer. That's fantastic, all of you. Yeah, I am. I mean, that's amazing.
I think so.
I think that proves it. I mean, not that we have the talent, man. We're like
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what irks me is like you've got all these people at the top of YouTube, and I don't think they've got a drop of talent between them.
Well, that's actually. I think next week I'm going to talk about click-through rates and some other stuff like that. We're gonna work on getting popular. That's what we're gonna do. And now, just to change the subject.
Oh, waffles! Yes, we haven't seen those for a while. You're making me hungry.
Ooh.
Oh, space cats.
Space cats.
Yay.
Oh.
I love space cats.
Yeah, I Zoa, I am proud. I'm really, really proud. It was really hard. It was really difficult. I mean, getting up day after day to, write 3,000 words on top of the other stuff that I was doing. I was volunteering and like for non-governmental organization and stuff. And but I did it, and then turning it into the paperback, which I think that's what finally made it hit home to me. Was like, because this is a real thing, and a lot of people, it doesn't seem to God, what the hell, it doesn't seem to
wardrobe malfunction
be real unless it's something tactile, an object that you can. But I think the fact that it's out there at all, I think says something. And this is within reach of all of us. I mean, whatever it is that we have a passion for, it's something that we can do. Remy Moore wrote a poetry book. I think it's within all of us to write a poetry book.
Maybe. Some of us will be better at it than others. I mean, do you know anything about poetry?
Well,
I've been reading about it, like how
maybe just
structures and things, and well,
I think
it's hard to grasp.
I think it's easier now in the modern times.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe it's this way. Maybe this way would be better.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there, because I want to do the opposite this. There we go.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
yes, prepare yourselves. Brace yourselves.
do I need echo for that?
Maybe. Wouldn't hurt.
Maybe. Eh?
You need all the help you can get. Sorry, that was terrible, wasn't it?
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Don't quit your day job.
That's right.
Don't quit your day job.
Well, careful.
Oh wait, the cats are in the way. That's why. Wait. Let's get back to
poetry's. I think it's very. I find it very complex.
Yes, structure. But the modern poetry is more.
I mean, it doesn't have to be super structured. That's not the point. Well, the thing is, I don't know. I've just started a book on how to approach poetry, and I'm only in like chapter 2, I think. So I don't know anything yet.
Words follow one another. Words, meaning and meaning. Words, thought, being. Can we wrap those feelings, impressions, in a package and hand that to someone? Does it have to have a defined structure that imprisons us in form? Or can we break free and be ourselves and show you through the words and meaning? Thank you. This is going to be a regular thing now.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Well, there you go.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I'm going to give myself some confetti. I deserve it.
Yay!
My first beatnik poem. La 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 la.
Made your milestone.
I started with free verse, but I write in a few styles. I like sonnets and blank verse. Yeah, so there you go. Sonnets, that's like 16 something. Stanza, 16 stanzas of the song.
You'll know more about it than I do.
Well, it was part of my English classes, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. We didn't learn anything useful in English class. Not a thing.
Let's see, I was reading, 9 says, I wrote an email to YT support today, by the way.
Okay.
Lol. Now wondering if they closed my channel altogether.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
No. Come on.
They better not have.
Yeah, the kindest, most wholesome, lovely, cute, family-friendly show. I mean, channel. Like, gee whiz.
Yeah, good.
If they close your channel, I mean, they may as well shut the whole goddamn thing down and...
Well, yeah, pack it up, throw it away.
And just hand it over to, the networks.
Ugh. Not the networks.
I'm just regretting to get their attention to me. I wouldn't worry about it, I wouldn't worry about it. I call them the pieces of shit all the time. I don't worry about it at all.
You've called them some other colorful names, too, even worse than that.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Dropped the F-bomb a few times, I think.
Well, I mean, actually, though, I did write... I wrote... this was Google Gmail support.
Oh, right.
I was... I think as an entity... Oh, shit. Thank you for the echo. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, jeez, we're still doing echo.
God damn it.
Appreciate
also
it.
Echo.
Wow.
How much colorful language did
you
use? Yeah, right, hardly. I was very polite. I'm just forgetting to get their attention to me. Lol, thank you. I got very suspicious over how the algorithm started to treat my channel. Also Echo.
Oh.
The algorithm is like... There's stuff happening. They're really changing a lot of things, and if you're using, I have not really used the new studio beta at all. I'm still on the old one. As a matter of fact, I'm not even on the new YouTube. I have I specially have a. God damn it! I have a cookie that is an old cookie which I've replanted on my browser, which gives me back the old YouTube from last year. because I don't like the new one because it's too much empty space and it's like
cookies
annoying. But anyway, the new YouTube is starting to come together. The creator studio, and it's got something called click-through rate, and that apparently, from a video that I just watched yesterday, is something that needs to be paid attention to. Let me see if I can call that up here.
What are we looking for? Cookies?
No.
Oh.
No, not cookies.
Oh, I think I heard cookies in there somewhere. Cookies? What kind?
Come on, dear. You have to take this seriously.
I do take it seriously.
Do you?
Yes. Where are these cookies? I want to know where they are. I'm serious.
They are little text files which tell so they're not real cookies made of sugar and flour and stuff.
Well, then what good are they?
Spoken like a true cat. Okay, let me see here. Creator Studio Analytics. Go to new analytics. Just a sec here. I'm just trying to pull this up. I want a cookie. Yeah, the algorithm is weird. I want a cookie too.
Yeah, and sounds like a good idea.
Okay, it's coming up now. Finally. Let's see.
We must have some around here somewhere.
No, reach yours. There it is. Okay. So, yeah, this is okay. I'm going to share my thing, which is supposedly something that we're all supposed to pay a lot more attention to. So let's go to website pages, transition. And here we are. So this is my.
Begs the question: what do they not want you to look at?
Please, Shelley. I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm sorry.
You're distracting me.
But that's what I do. That's my sole purpose here.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts and tell people because I'm not quite sure. So this on here, impressions and how they lead to watch time is this is called the view funnel. So when an impression is when somebody is shown your thumbnail, and then views from the impression. So in my case here, it was shown 61,000 times, and only 3,000 times did somebody actually click on the thumbnail to watch. And then watch time from the impressions is 7.8 minutes. So this shows us the traffic site source types. And then this is the external sources, playlists, suggested videos. So I have a very steady kind of views, as you can see here, because of some of the content I have I consider it sort of evergreen kind of stuff, which is what I go for generally. But I have a problem, and that fact is that my click-through rate should be higher. So from 61,000 impressions. This, I think, is if I can double this to 7.1 or 7.4K clicks, then I would more or less double my views. So this is the key. So what we need to do is work on our thumbnails and to make clickbait, make them clickbaity. The more clickbaity, and that seems to be what the advice is. Under wrong topical videos or just under your own. Yeah, well, this is the issue though. I don't know. One way to get better impressions or better reach is to advertise. One of the things that Google wants to do is for creators to goose their own stuff with a few dollars. And that was unintended confetti because
accidental confetti.
But this is something that's worth experimenting with. I mean, I know, it doesn't have to take much. You have to really be careful, because it's easy to spend a whole lot of money unintentionally if you don't watch how to do it right. But I would experiment like $15 or over a week or 30 days, just to sort of boost the number of impressions in different ways. I for example, I've only done it a couple times because I don't have. I did it for my channel trailer, and I got something like 6,000 views. So I was trying to get subscribers, but actual views. If you get advertising attached to that still counts too, even though you're paying for it. And then hopefully some of that will organically, translate to, more subscribers or certainly maybe being suggested in other ways. Backtracking now from everything I've just said, one of the things that people that has come out is that Google is doing promotions a lot differently now. Apparently, it takes up to, they used to promote videos almost immediately, but now they're taking up to 6 months before they'll promote a video.
A long time.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even know what it is that they're going to do. Yeah, and Jennifer, this is the thing. They keep it secret because in the past people have gamed the algorithm. If you know what exact keys turn the door open to views and getting boosted, then that's people will do that all day long, no matter what. And they keep it secret and they tweak it all the time on purpose so people can't figure out exactly how and what it takes to get yourself out there. But bottom line, if you do the basic things right that they've always told you to do right, which is like, get your titles, get your descriptions, get your tags. I think people use things like vidIQ and TubeBuddy. I just do it manually myself, and work on those thumbnails, work on those titles that entice you to click, like. Up to and including photoshopping, like that's your cat channels, right? So Photoshop your cats to make like crazy-eyed expressions that, which it's like, well, that's fair game. I mean, it's still in the video. You've exaggerated something, but maybe big eyes, big claw, whatever, to draw people in to say, hey, what is this about? Is there really a big fat, big crazy-eyed cat in there or whatever? I don't know. Just to see if that shake something loose for your channel. So let's see. And that is frustrating. So I have been collecting the info about all the glitches that have happened in my analytics for a few months now, and based on what I found, I addressed the issues. Wow. Well, I'm very curious to any insight that you might have too, Holly. Really, it's it's always always good to add more to what we have rather than less. So the more we can what's the word? Put our heads together to figure out what is what, then the better off, because it's difficult to, like, sometimes just a different set of eyes gives you different insight too, right?
It's a good point. Many eyes will make it better.
There's more like the subscriber. I get notifications daily news, however, it never seems to have capped it. That's exactly my point too.
Wait. Here, you need him. There we are at the services of Panic.
No, seriously, the subscriber count thing is like weird. I'm actually, for the first time in ages, I'm above 1466. 1465 was like a high watermark. And every time I get a subscriber or a notification of a subscriber, it's there for like a few hours, and then later on in the day, it's gone. I'm back down as like the float level seems to be 1664, but over the last couple of days, I got like 2.
You'd think it would keep gradually going up, but maybe slowly.
Well, it should. I mean, technically.
Well, it should is right.
But the thing. Oh yeah, that's right. Jennifer says, yeah, my subscriber count is different depending on where I look. But it's based on the what's the word, the lag in areas, right? One is supposed to be the bottom line, and that is the one in the new studio beta. That's the one they say that number is the right number. Although I've discovered that it isn't, because in my I don't know, in my I'm using the old studio, Creator Studio, and that number seems to have worked better for me. I don't know, but then it goes to the new stuff, so I don't know. Linda says, do you think YouTube is improving, same old, or getting worse overall? It depends on who you ask. My personal opinion is it's always been as much of, like, from a creator point of view, I think it's gotten much more difficult because more people are climbing on board trying to figure out I mean, the dissemination of good knowledge is happening fast, and they've changed how YouTube works. You can't what you used to think worked doesn't work anymore. So it's as good it's anybody's guess, really. And I think so. Holly says to me it's worse. Remy says, I was stagnant, so I left YouTube alone, noticed a big jump over 100 when I released my last song. It's trickled down to by 10 or 20, but it took forever to move before that. Wow. And I think sometimes that's what we need to do.
Just step away for a while?
Exactly. Step away, recharge.
Yeah, recharging's a good idea.
And not worry about it. Just do our thing. I think if we, if something... You're always free to start a new channel too, right? So that's something to consider. If something is not working, but you can't switch it around because you're locked into a format or whatever, just leave it alone for a while. Start something new. Do something a little different, and see if maybe that takes off. And there's always that possibility. But now we're needing 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers before you can get monetized. That's like, it's a daunting proposition too. So I really don't know.
It takes a while to get to there.
Beyond the surreal mountains of hope, we are challenged to surmount. Heads in space.
That's right.
It's 4:01, folks. We did it.
Wow,
it's been a lovely show. I thank you for your kind
participation.
Participation, yes, that's the word.
There we go.
And hopefully we'll all have a good week, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes, well, best wishes for everybody. Have a good week.
Hi, Pa.
Oh yes, hi, Pa. All you got people.
Hi, Pa. And Holly, I hope things get better. I hope things get better for all of us. I mean, we're still struggling, and it did go by pretty good, I think. Thank you for the show, and have a great week. Thank you. And all right, everyone, take care. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye.